This is Captain Soban of the fleet, Farron Shaw.
We have arrived in Sector 112 and request targeting data.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the very first Captain Soban's Homeworld Wars Tournament. That is a mouthful. You're telling me. I need to think of a better name for that. Anyways, we are aboard the mothership's bridge with Captain Soban. Hello. And we have Ashley, who is currently out in the field. Hello. So, Captain Soban, what exactly is this tournament? Well, this is a Homeworld Wars style bracket tournament where we are going to have 8 different fleets from around the universe fighting each other for to see who is the best in the tournament. And we even have something special for them for whoever becomes the winner of this tournament. Whoa, where did you get the funding to run all this? Karen said that since I helped her get her homeworld back, I was allowed to do one super crazy thing, and this is probably going to be it. Okay, so if this generates a lot of hype, are you planning to do more? If Karen allows me, it's her. I'm not in charge of these fleets. Okay. Okay, sorry, jeez, I was just curious. Well, anyways, let's go to Ashley, who is currently in the field checking out the first battle. Thanks, Austin. The first battle should be a really good warm-up. We have Kushan ion frigates versus Titan assault frigates. Now, this matchup looks fairly even, but only time will tell to see how all the firepower is going to be flowing around. Thanks, Ashley. What are the other fleets that we have going on in this tournament, Captain? Well, we have 20 Titan assault frigates, 8 Titan destroyers, 20 Kushan ion frigates, 5 Kushan heavy cruisers, 18 iron array frigates, 6 Tyrannic raider carriers, 12 Kadesh multi-beam frigates, and 2 needle ships. Wow, that is a lot of ships. How did you get the Tyrannic raiders and the Kadesh to join in on the fight? I know many contacts, Brandon. Oh, okay, good to know. I guess you can keep that a secret if you want to. Anyways, let's go into the field. The first fight should be getting ready to go. Thanks, Brandon. As you can see, all the ships seem to be prepped up and they are ready to go. And once Captain Soban gets the signal, the fight will begin. And go. All right, the Kushan ion frigates and the Titan assault frigates are now engaging in battle. Look at all those weapons fly and all those beams going around. I wonder which side will be the victor. Everyone is giving all the all to win this tournament. So, Captain, yeah, how are you going to compensate for all the people that die in your tournament? Well, we're still writing up the legislation to actually do that properly. So, maybe we might do some research on how to clone people so that we don't have to kill actual military units for these tournaments. Oh, okay. Who's going to help you with that? I think Karen's supposed to help out a little bit with that. Oh, okay. That sounds interesting. So far, no one has actually died. There's still lots of firepower being flown around. Some of them are starting to get some damage. This assault frigate doesn't exactly know what he wants to target. It looks like he wants to kill his ally. So, Captain. Yeah. Tell us. I know you've been working on these ships, and what makes them different than Karen's version of the ships? Well, I have given the frigates a lot more armor, so they last a lot longer in combat than Karen's versions. Oh, did you not like how quickly the other ones used to die? No, it's just something I always thought that made frigates like weird compared to like the larger ones, like the destroyers. Oh, okay. So did the destroyers get like more armor? Yes, they've gotten a lot more armor compared to their Karen's counterpart. Oh, okay. Good to know. Beams are still flying everywhere. Everyone is still doing their best to try to win this tournament. Getting a couple good plasma bomb launches from the assault frigates. Oh, Captain, yeah. Didn't you say you modified some of the plasma bombs on the assault frigates? Yeah, I totally did. They have a little bit of pushback now. So if the assault frigates do any type of concentrated fire, They actually will push ships around. Oh, how did you manage to do that? Mannan helped me out with that. He's really good when it comes to that stuff. Oh, good to know. Looks like one of the assault frigates are reporting some fire problems. Yeah, that tends to happen whenever there's a lot of firepower going around. None of the ships so far have died, but it looks like the assaults are starting to take a lot of damage, showing lots and lots of ships starting to catch on fire. Oh, we do have reports of an ion cannon frigate that is reporting flame damage. So the ions are still taking a lot of damage as well, but it's still anyone's game. Some of the assaults in the back are starting to get a little bit of focus and starting to show a little bit signs of damage, but they're still doing really, really well. Ashley? Yeah? You want me to take over a little bit for commentary? Yeah, sure. Ooh, looks like we just had a ship explode. I did not time that at all. I did not know that that's exactly how much health that ship had. Captain, quit bragging. Okay, well, yeah, I was just saying things. So far, some of the assaults are definitely on fire. I don't think we have lost a single ion cannon frigate. Other than this one right here, which is extremely on fire. This one has been taking a lot of damage. A lot of damage indeed. Oh, there was one assault that just exploded. Rip that crew. They'll get compensated for lunch for next Tuesday. But all of these assaults are starting to get a little bit concentrated from the ion cannon frigates. So far, it looks like the ions have the advantage. Although they are doing a lot of damage and starting to rock some of the ships around, some of the frigate-class ships, but they're not rocking enough for them to lose concentration of their fire. Again, one of the strengths that assault frigates have, they can rock ships around if they concentrate fire on one for a while. So if you had a large group of assault frigates, you could effectively keep ships at bay and keep them away from the fleet. How much testing did you have to do to figure that part out? I modified their weapons, told 10 of them to fight a frigate, and I was like, holy crap, I can push a frigate, and that was the end of the testing. Oh, okay. Good to know. Yeah, really good to know. You guys are so supportive, just saying. Anyways, ships killing each other. That's commentary. Ion beams are still flying around. Whoop, but it looks like we lost a ion frigate. So the assaults are slowly killing the ions that they have been concentrating on for the most of the fight. And the ions are saying that this does look even. I don't know about that. But ions, you do you. If you believe you can win this. Also, why do we still have communications from the ion frigates on? We weren't told to turn them off. We were just told to tell the ships to kill each other. Okay, fair enough. Maybe the second battle will turn communications off, or we'll leave them on. I don't know. We might turn them off. It feels weird knowing that the voice recorders that automatically activate when a ship dies, that's Karen's voice, is kind of confusing me. Yeah, it's confusing me a little bit too. Yeah, but next battle, we'll turn that off. Think of this as a Homeworld Wars experiment. I thought this was a tournament. It is. Just go with it. But some of the assault frigates are definitely on fire. Someone needs to get a fire extinguisher and start taking out some of these flames. Yeah, we keep getting battle chatter, people reporting in their groups. I don't know why they're doing that. I guess maybe they think this is some sort of exercise. So, yeah, we'll mandate that at the end of this first round. we will turn off the comm system. Too late to do it now. If we try to turn them off, everything will just be in a panic. Oop, that assault over there just died. Fantastic. Ooh, yes, ions are starting to really focus on the assaults. Focusing on the assaults pretty difficultly. A few ions that are focusing on this assault frigate, who is really close to dying. Yep, there he goes. He is now defeated. Rip his family. They will be compensated for lunch on Tuesday. And we have a lot of these. We have a lot of these ships that the assault frigates are really starting to die because they're losing a lot of numbers, which is causing the ions to start to concentrate on the ones that are remaining. They're still distributing their weapon fire too much. Oh boy, yeah. Look at all those beams focusing fire on one ship. It's killing it very quickly. This one down here. It's taking a lot of damage. A lot of damage indeed. The assaults are down to 6 ships. Ions are down to...
Attention Group 5, Whitcock Company.
I think they have 17. 18. They only lost 2 ships. They've done a fantastic job. Although it does look like a lot of them have taken some severe damage. Ooh, the assaults are really starting to take some effect, or take some damage now. They're getting heavily concentrated. We got 3 left. You feel bad about this? Don't worry, this is what they signed up for. Don't worry about little ions. Ooh, there's 1 left. Yeah, okay, I feel bad about this. I feel bad that this ion, or this assault is getting heavily concentrated. Nope. Rip Assault Frigate's family. Their fleet will be, or their families will be compensated for lunch on Tuesday. Okay. And the victor is Ion Frigates. They will be advancing to the next bracket, where they'll be fighting whoever wins the next match. That was a pretty fun match. Yeah, I think we learned quite a bit from that little occasion. Ions are definitely more superior than assault frigates. I thought you said that you adjusted their armor so that they will be more equal to each other. Well, there's always testing and adjusting that you have to do. We may have to give more armor to the assaults so they last longer, but they're not really designed for a frontal attack like that. They're more designed to hold the line so the other ships can do the damage and do all the killing. Oh, I guess that makes a lot of sense. What happens now? Well, since the Ion Frigates won that match, they get to advance to the next bracket, and they get repaired by a couple repair ships, or repair corvettes, for about 1 minute. And the repair team will repair them as much as possible, and whatever is left, that's what they have to use to do the next battle. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Ashley, prepare the repair crews. You got it, Bradley. Preparing the repair crews. Alrighty, the Kushan repair crew are on their way to repair the ion cannon frigates for their victory. Thank you, Ashley. Yeah, thank you, Ashley. So, Captain Soban. Yeah? Why did you decide to use repair corvettes for the repair crew? Well, I don't know. They're fast. They don't actually repair a whole lot, so I think I was planning to use support frigates, but they all of the support frigates were currently busy doing other things, so Karen wouldn't allow me to borrow some support frigates. Oh, so why did she allow you to do support repair corvettes then? I don't know. Maybe it's probably something with the fact that they require less crew. Okay, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Repair corvettes have arrived at the site, and they are now going to start repairing the damaged ion cannon frigates. A lot of them really need some desperate repairs. Let's see how much repairing these little repair corvettes could do within a minute. So, Captain Soban, yeah? How much do each one of these repair beams actually heal these ships? I know you've been messing around with some of that stuff too. Yeah, I've... you know, a lot of people hate this opinion, but I think the repair corvettes heal or do too good of a job, and I wanted to reduce them. Oh, it looks like we got this one fully repaired, so now they're working on this one. Cool. And so, it's an unpopular opinion. Oh, minute is up. Well, it looks like that's as much as they're going to get repaired. I guess we'll get Captain Soban's answer to that question in the next repair scene. Alright, Battle 2 is now getting into position, and we're going to be underway shortly. Ashley has just made it to the field, so let's transfer over to her and see what's up. Thank you, Brian. So, for Battle 2, we have multi-beam frigates. Yes, multi-beam frigates. One of the scariest ships that we have ever encountered in this universe, versus Tyrannic Raider carriers, equally just as scary. This is going to be a very scary battle. Captain, back to you. Thanks, Ashley. I'll take over the commentary for this one. We have disabled the communication systems between the ships, so we can't hear their battle chatter. They'll probably still be battle chatting to each other, but we will not be able to hear it anymore. Maybe that'll help our commentary a little bit more. I said a little bit more, way too much in this conversation. Yeah, yes, you sure did. All right, ships, attack! Whoa! Holy crap! Ashley's communicator is kind of malfunctioning. It's fine. Everything's fine. But anyways, let's watch ships kill each other. Yeah. Yep. Make sure that we don't actually. Can we send a crew out there to make sure Ashley is okay? Her ship really rocked the boat, so to speak. Even though there's no boats in space. Ignore everything I'm saying. Unfortunately, we have no crew available. Can we send the repair crew? No. Okay. Well. Hopefully we can reestablish communication with Ashley, because things really went downhill. But anyways, the Tyrannic Raiders look like they are doing pretty good. Multi-beam frigates looks like they are focusing on a little bit of everything. It kind of looks like. Tyrannic Raiders are not using their ions, but also that's because a lot of their ships are kind of in their way to use ions, and they're not using them out of respect. Very interesting. The Tyrannic, or not the Tyrannic Raiders, but the multi-beam frigates are trying to do a lot of concentrated damage. This Tyrannic Raider is starting to show signs of damage from all the beams that it's being hit from these multi-beam frigates. Interesting. This multi-beam frigate is on fire because it is being attacked by that Tyrannic Raider carrier. It just died, and it was being attacked by the point defense systems on the Tyrannic Raider carriers. So, Captain Soban, what have you done to the Tyrannic Raider carriers with all your research? Well, they have a lot more health. Again, to make sense because they are a carrier class. There goes a multi-beam frigate right there. So they have about 285,000, a little bit less than the new carriers that I have designed. And they do a lot of damage with their point defense systems. So when they get surrounded, they actually have defenses that can help them survive occasions and survive and protect themselves from their weak spots.
Oh, interesting. Well, what about the multi-beam frigates? What's special about them?
Well, the multi-beam frigates they've had their damage increased. So they are now the most powerful ship in the known universe next to the Bentusi.
Whoa! Holy crap!
Yeah, but also because of that, their armor has been reduced. It makes... Again, unpopular opinion, I probably shouldn't be doing research and stripping away armor. Ooh, Trinic Raider Carrier died. Stripping away their armor, but I think it was necessary.
Fair enough, fair enough. How about we commentate on the battle for a while?
Yeah, you're probably right. Probably a good point. Well, this Tyrannic Raider carrier is on fire. It's about to die. It's being attacked by 4 multi-beam frigates. Ooh, Bannon did just die. Nice. And then we have a couple of multi-beam frigates here that are being concentrated on by all of the other Tyrannic Raider carriers, and I think they're both about to die for low on health. But these multi-beam frigates are doing concentrated damage, and they're hitting this Tyrannic Raider carrier in its weak spot. Very, very cool.
So which team do you think is going to win?
Well, as you can see, the multi-beam frigates, they're taking a lot of losses. Well, remind me to contact their families and let them know that we'll get them free lunch on Tuesday. The multi-beam frigates just don't have enough health to really survive this kind of onslaught because they're frigate-class ships going up against super capitals, and super capitals have a whole lot more health, despite the fact these guys probably out DPS the Tyrannic Raider carriers. I think I'm gonna just start calling these things TRCs. Oop, that guy just died. Because Tyrannic Raider carriers is always a mouthful for me.
Yeah, I agree. Tyrannic Raider carriers is a really, really big word.
Thanks, Brandon. It's always nice knowing that you have good communication skills just like me. Anyways, it looks like we're down to 3 multi-beam frigates and 3 Tyrannic Raider carriers. This TRC is showing signs of damage, but they did just kill that multi-beam frigate. So it looks like for the second battle, the multi-beam frigates aren't looking too hot. It's a sad thing. There's a lot of fans of multi-beam frigates, and I honestly was hoping they would make it a lot further than this. And they are defeated. That means for this round, this victor goes to Tyrannic Raider carriers. And for those of you who are wondering, who are listening to this in the future, whenever you lose any ships in my tournament, they are not replenished. They also don't have any repair systems, which means that they do not regenerate any health over time. So they will have the same amount of damage going into the next battle as they currently have. What happened? Oh, hey, Ashley, are you back? Yeah, we finally got communications back up. Why did the Tyrannic Raider, why did the TRCs get so close to us? I don't know. I guess maybe next time we should probably move you further away from the battle. Even though you have a really good bird's eye view of the battle right now. Yeah, that's probably for the best. You might have to commentate the next one because we're still recovering systems over here. Okay, can do.
Alrighty, repair crews have been sent out. They are now preparing to repair the Tyrannic Raiders as their reward for defeating for completing the reward for completing the first event. And there they go. So, Captain Soban,
Yeah?
last time we were talking about that you weakened the repair beam of the repair corvettes?
Yeah?
Why?
Well, again, unpopular opinion. I believe that the repair beams were too powerful, and because of that, they were actually causing problems with the other ships, where they would get repaired really quickly, but then they would report that it felt like they would take damage quicker, because I guess the repair beams were like hurting the armor, like buckling it or something, so it'd be more vulnerable to damage in the future.
Really? Yeah, we never heard of that.
Well, that's just some of the reports that Mannan has been telling me about. So we both worked on a project to reduce the amount of repairing that repair beams do, and it turns out that it seems to be helping a lot more in that problem.
Oh, interesting. Also, it looks like the repair time is up. That 1 minute goes by so quickly.
Yeah, and it did a good job repairing the Tyrannic Raider carrier, but I don't think it even got 100% up operational.
Yeah, I guess that means next time maybe we need to give them more time to repair.
Probably not a bad idea. I don't think that would be a bad idea at all. I say for the couple main battles, we'll let them repair normally like this, and then maybe we'll give them more time for the next bracket for the semifinals, for when they beat the semifinals and get ready to go to the finals. We'll see how that does. It's just something we'll probably have to write down for the next tournament.
Fair enough. Anyways, on to the next battle.
Hello, this is Ashley reporting at the third battle area where we have Tyrannic Iron Array frigates versus Kadesh needle ships. Tyrannic Iron Array frigates, how do you feel about this battle, knowing the fact that you have never seen the Kadesh before?
It doesn't matter if we had never seen these ships before. We're gonna fuck their shit up, and then we're gonna go home and order pizza and hookers and eat them both.
Yeah! Cut the comms. Ugh. Tyrannic Raiders. Why do you have to be so many? Why do you have to be like pirates? God, that's gonna cost us some sponsors. Needle ships. What do you have to say about all the stuff that the Tyrannic Raiders are saying?
We're gonna kill them.
Okay, just short and sweet and to the point. All right, well, Captain Soban, let the go. Okay, Captain Soban's gave the orders, and the battle is now commencing. Iron Array frigates are deploying their arrays so they can use their ions, and we will see which team wins this battle. Captain, do you want a commentary? Sure. Ions are now opening up, and they are using all of their ions against the needle ships, who are surprisingly not really engaging. They're kind of just idling. I don't know what's going on with this. They should be using their beams and defense weapons by now, but they might be having some weapons malfunctioning. Oh, it looks like they're activating their engines. Maybe they're just a little bit too far away to engage their ions. What kind of weird, strange tactic are the needle ships planning on doing? Oh, they're getting closer and closer. Oh, are they planning on ramming the ions? They're not allowed to ram. That's against the rules. This is an honorable tournament. If you can't win with your normal weapons, then you shouldn't actually be in this. Can someone please give them the command to not ram, please? That would be most appreciated. Oh, it looks like we finally got the orders to the needle ships. It looks like they might be starting to back off. I guess they were actually planning on just ramming all the ships instead of using their weapons. Very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Ashley, how's your ship doing up there? You seem to be freaking out a little bit. Our stabilizers were messing up because of the needle ship getting really close, but they seem to be settling out. This is near as bad as the last battle, so we should be fine.
Okay, sounds good. Captain, which team do you think is gonna win?
Well, I guess the needle ships are having some sort of weapons malfunction, which is why they've been starting to result into ramming instead of using their ions and defense weapons. Very interesting. We may have to get together with the Kadesh Lord and see what's going on with their motherships, because they keep wanting to ram instead of actually using their weapons. Very, very concerning. But it looks like one needle ship is starting to take some significant amount of damage and starting to show some signs of damage. Same with the other one. The Iron Arrays have done a pretty good job of splitting up their fleet so they can do equal amount of damage to each mothership. It is a long-term tactic, but does work if you can survive long enough to initiate it instead of doing concentration fire, which is usually preferred when it comes to ships that only have one powerful weapon.
But yeah, the iron arrays have not really taken any damage whatsoever, so this might be a clean sweep for them if the needle ships can't get their weapons activated. Definitely have to check in with the Kadesh engineers and see what the heck is going on with them. Okay, everyone, we apologize, but we had to cut most of that battle out because the Kadesh motherships were not using any of their weapons. They kept having weapon malfunctions, and they resulted into ramming, which automatically disqualifies them out of the tournament. So, by default, the Iron Array frigates are victorious. Yeah! Woo, 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 woo! Woo, 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 woo! Okay, yeah, let's make sure, keep the communications off because these pirates can get really, really rowdy. But without further ado, let's get to the repair team and see if they need to repair any of the Iron Array frigates. Actually, this just in, I have been reported that there's very little damage to any of the Iron Array frigates due to the malfunctions of the Kadesh motherships. So we're going to skip the repair and we're going to go straight to the next battle. Captain, back to you. Thanks, Ashley.
So, Captain,
Yes, Brian?
so what did you think of the needle ships using ramming tactics instead of actually using their weapons since they couldn't get them working?
Well, it is their responsibility to make sure all of the weapons work so that we don't have mixed up results when it comes to these ship tournaments. And ramming is a valid tactic, but it's not a official tactic that's approved of my tournament styles. So I would have to say, if you're desperate enough, go for it. But it's really, really frowned upon when it comes to my type of tournaments.
Oh, okay, so it's more of a personal opinion?
Basically.
All right, good to know. It looks like Ashley has made her way to the 4th battle, which is the last main battle, and whoever wins this battle will be fighting the Iron Array frigates. So let's get to it.
Thanks, Brian. So for this final battle, we have a very good doozy for you, if those actually are words, which they probably are not. We have 5 Kushan heavy cruisers who are going to be fighting 8 Titan destroyers, and whoever wins this will be fighting the Iron Array frigates. So, without further ado, once we get the approval from the captain, this battle will commence. Anyone want to say anything before this battle happens?
Nah, we don't have a whole lot to say. We just want to take these Titan scum back to Karak Hell.
Where's Karak Hell?
On Karak.
Okay, I was just wondering. Titan, did you have anything to say about this?
I fucked your mom once. It was fun.
You what? That's it, Titan. You're dying. Okay, the engage is going. Captain, do we have your approval?
Yeah, I guess you do.
Okay, let's see how this tournament goes. Kushan heavy cruisers versus Titan destroyers. Who will have the last laugh, and who will have their moms fucked? Let's find out. Please don't say that. We already lost some sponsors from the Titan incident, or from the Tyrannic Raider incident. We don't need to lose anymore. Sorry, just joining the fun. Okay, so destroyers have the numbers. We have 8 destroyers versus 5 heavy cruisers. These heavy cruisers have 375,000 health. They do 600 DPS, where the Titan destroyers have 225,000 health, but do 425 DPS. So it's, on paper, these are about even. So it's going to depend on who decides to do concentrated fire and who decides to spread all their damage around to see who is going to be the victor. But right now, it looks like the heavy cruisers are spreading most of their damage around. They're not really concentrating on any type of single ship. They're just fighting everything. The destroyers, the Titan destroyers, look like they are doing some concentrated fire. So we have 2 destroyers focusing on that heavy cruiser right here in the distance. We have this destroyer that's focusing on this heavy cruiser. And we have, honestly, most of them are kind of just attacking anything. These two, I think, are doing concentrated fire. This one's focusing on that one. No ship is really being concentrated on, so this might be a long, long battle. Hey, Soban? Yeah? Do you ever get tired of watching these battles? Honestly, no. I really don't. It's a lot of fun just to watch all the firepower going around and then getting some research to help improve the Kushan Navy so they can help fight off the Titan, despite the fact we have Titan volunteers that are gracefully decided to help out with this research project, despite the fact that a lot of the Kushan military are still very spiteful toward them. So many beams being thrown around. I wonder how much power each one of those beams have. It's probably quite a bit, I would imagine. There's probably a reason why there's a giant fusion power plant that runs these entire ships. It's not just for moving it. Pretty sure most of that powers the beams that these ships are shooting at each other. Yeah, you're most likely probably right. It's just fascinating to try and think about. Okay, after a while, it looks like one of the destroyers are starting to show some signs of damage. I believe it's because it's being concentrated on by multiple beams of the Kushan heavy cruisers, which again, the Kushan heavy cruisers have been modified to where most of their damage comes from the kinetic weapons, not the beam weapons. So do keep that in mind as these battles go on. The Titan, I believe, have been modified to where they do a little bit more damage with their kinetic cannons than their beams. I believe beams are still the majority of the damage, but kinetics are a little bit more valuable when it comes to DPS output instead of just pure beam damage. So how did you get permission to modify the Titan fleet? It's there's secret prototypes that most of the Titan Empire don't really know about, so please try to keep it as much of a secret as possible. I really don't want to get in trouble by the main Titan fleet. Oh, yeah, my bad. I'll keep that a secret. These battles are really cool, though. Yeah, I've been told that a couple times. Oh, it looks like that Titan that's been showing signs of damage is now at flaming status, so it's starting to show lots of wear and tear from all of these beams that have been constantly hitting them. So far, none of the heavy cruisers are really showing signs of heavy damage, so their armor is definitely holding all of this onslaught. One destroyer is still showing real big signs of damage. Another one is showing some signs of damage now too. So far it looks like the destroyers are starting to lose this battle. And as soon as I say that, we start getting reports that one of the heavy cruisers are showing signs of damage. Very interesting. We'll be cutting a big majority of this battle out because of its onslaught of it just being shooting things everywhere. Gotta save production value somehow. Karen's only gonna supply funding for these battles for so many times until she realizes what we're actually doing. True that, Brian. True that. Ooh, and the Titan have lost their first destroyer. They are now down to 7 with another one that just received flaming status. The heavy cruiser is going to start focusing on it and take advantage of this weakened ship. Looks like some of them are, but not all of them. Okay. Good to know. The heavy cruisers, let's do a checkup on them, and so far just one of them are in the damaged state. The rest of them still look like they're doing pretty good. Destroyers, they have one that's damaged. They have another one that's on fire. But other than that, still going on. Still shooting each other with ions and kinetic cannons and seeing who the heck is gonna be victorious in this battle. Ooh, it looks like a lot of the destroyers now are starting to take a lot of damage. We now have 3 of them that are reporting severe damage now. One of them is still on fire and getting close to exploding. The heavy cruisers, pretty much still the same status. We have 2 of them that are now reporting severe damage by having the little bomb things coming out of their engine. And that's about it. Nothing really to report. So far, it's still, feels like advantage heavy cruisers right now. So we will continue monitoring and continue cutting back whenever something actually happens. So, Captain, yeah? Is one of the reasons why these battles are taking so long or because of your modifications? Well, yeah. Yeah, you're probably right. These destroyers here used to have 44,000 health, and now they have 225,000 health. So they have a lot higher armor capacity than they used to, so they can survive a lot longer in these battles. Why exactly did you decide to do that? Well, one of my goals with all my research I've been doing is I wanted to make it to where our bigger ships can last a lot longer in combats like this. So if they ever have to call in reinforcements from like a nearby carrier, they can arrive and assist before the destroyer actually dies. Huh. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. You did the same thing with the heavy cruisers, right? Oh, by the way, there's a heavy cruiser on fire now. So yeah, so this one's been taking a lot of damage. This one's doing good, that one's doing good. But back to what you were saying. Yeah, I did the same thing with heavy cruisers. They used to have 90,000 armor, now they have 375,000 armor, I believe. And part of that was to put them in their own category with super capitals. Because I believe that a ship that's this heavily armored shouldn't have twice the amount of armor of a destroyer and like 3 times the armor of a frigate. It should have a lot more armor than that. I also reduced their damage because I always thought that heavy cruisers were just a little bit too powerful for their class that they're supposed to be in. You reduced the damage of the heavy cruisers? Yeah, why not? So these guys have 600 DPS, where destroyers have 425, so they're closer to each other now. Oh, okay, yeah, I guess that makes some sense. But back to the battle. It looks like we have 2 destroyers who are now on fire. One is really on fire. He's actually probably going to die here any second. And for the heavy cruisers, we just have 1 on fire. And I think his armor is still holding pretty well. Yeah, from the audio feedback we're getting, his armor is still in pretty good shape. He can last a little bit longer in this battle. So far it still looks like advantage heavy cruisers. But we'll keep watching and we'll keep you guys posted on what happens. Okay, another update on the destroyer side. It looks like we now have 3 destroyers that are currently on fire. So the destroyer's armor is starting to slowly cripple against the firepower of the heavy cruisers. Hopefully maybe they can kill or severely weaken another heavy cruiser before they die. Otherwise, this might start having a snowball effect from the heavy cruiser side if all of these ships explode at the same time. But we will see. Update on the heavy cruiser side. We have 1 heavy cruiser on fire. We have 3 of them that are severely damaged. So the heavy cruisers are taking damage, but since the destroyers aren't really focusing on 1 ship at a time, they're spreading the firepower too far apart and they're not actually killing any of the ships. So let's continue seeing what's going on, but so far it looks like advantage heavy cruiser for the time being. Oh, there goes 1 destroyer. And it looks like the heavy cruisers might be focusing on the severely damaged ones. There's another one that's on fire. So we have 3 destroyers on fire. We have 2 of them down here that are severely damaged. This guy over here hasn't really been taking any damage yet. So, because I don't think any of the heavy cruisers are focusing on him. So he's still doing pretty good. Do we have any of the heavy destroyers that are really close to dying? Ooh, this one's giving me a different sound effect, which means he is really close to dying. So yeah, it looks like this might be a clean sweep for the heavy cruisers if they keep up this firepower onslaught. So you were talking about a snowball effect earlier. What exactly is that? Okay, so if you ever watched any of the Homeworld Wars research projects I've been doing for the past few years, when a couple of ships start dying, that means that there's less spread that the other ships have to do, especially with ships like the heavy cruiser who have 10 weapons that they can shoot with. So if there's 5 ships, it'll spread those 10 weapons around all 5 of those ships. Which, ooh, that destroyer just died, so that's another one down for the Titan side. which means that it'll spread its damage between 5 targets. But if you start killing those targets and they go down to 3, then that means there's only 3 targets for 10 weapons to spread around. So it's going to be more concentrated on the remaining ships.
Oh, okay.
Which in return, if it's a large fleet battle, it starts a cascading effect that slowly just wipes out the enemy fleet because they'll slowly get more and more firepower focused on them, which ends up killing them quicker.
Oh, good to know. How long have you been doing these research projects?
A long time, dude. A very, very long time, Brian.
Good to know. Good to know.
So, Ashley, you enjoying all this fighting? What? Huh? What? Oh, sorry, I fell asleep. This battle's been going on for a long time. Why do you sound so weird? I fell asleep. All right, just give me a moment to get my voice back to normal.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah, this actually has been going on for some time. That's why we've been cutting a lot of the battle out because of the onslaught. Yeah. Wake me back up whenever the battle's over. You got it, Ashley. Okay, just tuning in now to the heavy cruiser that's been flaming for most of this battle. His flames are getting pretty strong, so he might actually die in this battle. If he does, he'll probably be the only heavy cruiser that does die. The rest of them really aren't showing signs of flames, and I think another Titan destroyer just died. The Titan are down to 4 destroyers versus 5 heavy cruisers, so that cascading effect I was talking about earlier is going to start getting going. But I don't think a whole lot of destroyers are actually focusing on this heavy cruiser. I think this is the only one focusing on it. If you focusing on him, if this one focusing on him, honestly, you're not using your beams. Maybe the Titan are having some malfunctions. Maybe that's why they've been having such a hard time killing these big ships. You using your ions? No, the Titan are having problems with their ion cannons. Man, do people even check their ships before they start going into battle? This is probably a very scary development that we're learning right now. Ooh, this just in. We have another heavy cruiser that is starting to report enough damage that fires are starting to break out on the decks. So, we have 2 heavy cruisers that are on fire, one that's been on fire for quite some time, so he's probably going to die here shortly. And we have 2 heavy cruisers that are showing signs of heavy damage, but still looking pretty good. And we have one that's still perfectly fine. He hasn't taken enough damage to really show anything about it. So the only hope is if the destroyers kill these ones that are on fire. But a lot of these destroyers are probably going to die very shortly. Ooh, there goes another destroyer. They are now down to 3 destroyers. The heavy cruisers that definitely look like they may sweep this. There goes that destroyer. They are now down to 2. This one is severely damaged. With fires all over the place, so this one's probably going to die pretty momentarily, and it looks like most of the heavy cruisers know that, so they're all focusing on this destroyer. Where this one over here hasn't really taken that much damage. He's taken enough damage to show that he's been severely damaged, but he's also hasn't really been concentrated that much on the other ones. There goes that one, and now the Titan have 1 destroyer left. They put up a good fight, but they didn't use a lot of them had their ion cannons malfunction, which cut down their DPS, and they didn't concentrate on a single ship. If they would have concentrated on a couple heavy cruisers, they probably would have killed 2 of them, and this would have been a much different fight. But time to say goodbye to this last Titan destroyer. He served well. We'll remember to call their families and let them know that we're paying for lunch on them on Tuesday. And there it goes. Heavy cruisers are victorious. This one, which I am honestly surprised survived this entire fight because he has been on fire since the very beginning. I have no idea how much armor he has left, but he is heavily damaged. This one, did you get super low? No, you just have some flames. You're not like super dead. Awesome. So congratulations, heavy cruisers. You have won. Anyways, let's get the heavy cruisers into position for the semifinal and get the repair crews out to repair some of the damage. Alrighty, repair crews have been deployed. They are getting ready to repair the heavy cruisers for 1 minute. Let's see which one the repair crews believe honorable to repair. Repair crew? You do know that there's ships up there that are like about to fall apart. Yeah, we know. This one looks better. Okay. But he didn't really need any repairs. This is our job. Let us do what we want. Okay, geez, I'm surrounded by a bunch of weirdos, I guess. Ashley, what did you think of that battle? Was it pretty cool? Woo. Well, I mean, I guess she's in position, so I guess what do I pay these crew for? They're supposed to make these battles easier. It's the whole reason I hired them, but God, they're so incompetent. Hey, I'm right over here, dude. Oh, sorry, Brian. You're not incompetent. You're actually probably the best one out here. Oh, thanks, I think. Anyways, the repair crew are done, so I don't know why they decided to repair the one that probably had the least amount of damage instead of the ones that are on fire. But hey, it's their decision. This is why we practice free will, I guess. But anyways, let's get ready for the first semi-final battle, which is going to be the ion cannon frigates versus Tyrannic Raider carriers, at least what remains of those first few battles. And yeah, we'll give some time for Ashley to get into position, or we'll probably have to figure out a way to wake her up, and we'll get into that battle. So yeah. As we get the ships in position to get ready for the first semi-final match, Soban, how do you think everything is going? Well, things are going a lot more interesting than I was expecting. I wasn't expecting the needle ships to be disqualified due to not checking their weapon systems to make sure that they're operational. But other than that, I think the tournament's been going pretty well. This is pretty much the halfway mark into the tournament, because we have 2 semi-battles to do, a final battle, and then the championship battle. Right you are, and Ashley is in position. Let's get to the first semi-final battle mission weapon hero. Brian, are you okay? Hero. Okay, Brian seems to be broken on. I'm just gonna take us straight to Ashley. Ashley, please save us. Hello everyone, I'm here to save you, question mark. So here is we are now in position for the first semi-final battle, and we have, as you can see over here, we have a lot of the ions that are severely damaged. Didn't really get a whole lot of time to repair because there was a lot of them that are damaged, so hopefully that won't tear him too much from actually losing from this fight. And we do have the couple Tyrannic Raiders who are also damaged as well from leftover from their first battle. There's only 3 of them, and there's a lot of ions, so it's possible that the ions might be able to actually pull this off. But anyways, Soban, you want to do the commentary for us? I sure can. Ions, Tyrannic Raiders, let's do this fight. So they are now engaging. It looks like the ions are focusing on one of the Tyrannic Raider ships, and it looks like they're actually focusing on one of the ones that are very damaged. That is a good start for them. Tyrannic carriers, I think, are just shooting everything in sight. They are, I think, focusing on just a handful of ions. I don't think they're focusing on any of them that are like super damaged, but we'll see as the battle goes on. Soban, yeah? How big of a fan of the Tyrannic Raiders are you? Well, I know they really love pizza. They seem to be telling me that a lot. Whenever I post online, all I see is from a Tyrannic Raider carrier, when's the next pizza delivery? I was like, dude, I'm doing research, go away. But other than that, they're really cool. Ooh, we lost an ion. Okay. So the Tyrannic Raiders are doing a decent amount of damage against him. They did just lose their Tyrannic Raider carrier. And it looks like the ion cannon frigates are using concentrated tactics. This is probably the best way they will actually be able to win this battle. So yeah, Tyrannic Raiders, they love pizza. I don't quite understand it. I like pizza myself, but they are obsessed with pizza. They claim it's the source of their rating power, which I don't know if I would go that far, but that's what the Tyrannic Raiders believe in, apparently. So yeah, take that with a grain of salt if you ever plan to go to, or you ever plan to get raided. I shouldn't say get planned to be raided, but if you ever get raided by the Tyrannic Raiders, just give them your pizza and you'll be perfectly fine. Okay, I'll do that if we ever get raided by them. But it looks like one of the Tyrannic Raider carriers are now on fire. That's right, Brian. The ions are doing concentrated fire, and it seems to be pulling off. The Tyrannic Raiders, I don't think, are focusing on any of the ion frigates. They're very damaged, so it's taking them longer to kill them than normal. But now they are down to 1. Yeah, this might be the end of the Tyrannic Raiders' reign in this tournament. The ion cannons. This Tyrannic Raider actually hasn't had a whole lot of damage from the previous fights, so it has. Nope, never mind. I would say it has a lot of health, but it is fighting a lot of ions. So there's a pretty good chance that it's not going to survive this onslaught of ions. It might kill a couple of the ion frigates, but it might just end up damaging it more instead of actually killing it. There's a lot of beams coming from these frigate-class ships. We are working on a technology to make these beams more powerful, and we'll be showing that off in the championship fight. Ooh, wow! We can't wait to check that out. Yeah, we're hoping our prototype makes us proud. But we'll see. We'll see when we get there. See what fleet it's gonna be fighting. So is that the whole point of all these tournaments, to work more on your prototyping and research? Well, yeah. I mean, that's the whole point of why we're telling these ships to kill each other. It's not a speech of morale, or it's not I don't know the words. Look, man, I'm a scientist. I'm not a wordsmith, but it's not about morale or any type of ethical dilemma. It's more about who kills who. How many ships does it take to kill that? Can we kill 100 multi-beam frigates with 10 Bentuzis? I don't know how I'm gonna convince the Bentuzi to borrow their stations to make that one possible, but that's always the questions we were trying to answer with these Homeworld these battle war things. Anyways, Tyrannic Raiders have been defeated, and ion frigates are victorious. Hooray! That means ion frigates are going to be moving to the final, so we get to see who the ions are going to be fighting in order to win this tournament. But now, we decided to extend the amount of time that the repair corvettes have to repair the ships after seeing how much they would repair them in the first part of the mission, or first part of the tournament. So they will give them 3 minutes to repair as much damage as possible before moving on to the final part of the tournament. Alrighty, Ashley is in position, repair team is in position. Let's see how much they will be able to repair the ion frigates with 3 minutes to repair instead of 1. There we go, they are moving into position. Which ship are they going to decide to repair? Again, they choose a ship that has barely been damaged. Repair team, are you doing this on purpose?
No. I just like that ship. I wanted to beat the tournament.
Oh, okay. I guess that's a valid point.
Yeah, I think that's yeah.
Okay, I see. I definitely don't pay you guys to be smart with words. I do pay you guys to keep these fleets alive while you go around. Oh, hey, look! You guys are actually repairing something that's, I don't know, has parts of venting into space that actually need to be repaired, not something that just has a couple stabilizers broken.
don't judge us too much. We just look at ship and be like, hey, you look like you need to be repaired. We don't use the scanner to check their stats or anything. Okay, I guess that does make sense to some sort of degree. Okay, so 3 minutes are up. The repair ships were able to fully repair one ship, despite the fact it really didn't have a whole lot of damage. It just had a couple of stabilizer problems they had to take care of. And they almost fully repaired a second ship. They took it from flaming status, where decks were venting into space, to pretty much back to normal, with maybe 1 or 2 stabilizer problems, but it's almost 100% intact. So good for them. There's still a lot of ion frigates that are like severely damaged. So maybe in a future Homeworld Wars video, I might be able to convince Karen to allow me to use more ships for the repair ones. I know she would probably be thankful for me to help keep the crew alive, I would think. I think this would be an easy negotiation. This would be much easier than telling her, hey, I need to borrow 20 ion frigates to figure out how much armor how long their armor can withstand from a Bentusi ion beam. That discussion didn't go too well. But anyways, let's get to the next semi-final battle and see what the ions are going to be fighting. Okay, we're going to get ready to do the final semi-tournament battle, where we have heavy cruisers fighting iron array frigates. Brian, do you have any opinions on this fight? Not really. The iron array frigates seem to be really strong. I think they're going to beat the heavy cruisers, but who knows? The heavy cruisers are also severely damaged, so who knows how long they'll be able to survive those frigates. That's a good point. And anyways, let's go to Ashley, who is currently in the field, getting ready to get everything going. Thanks, Captain. We have the iron array frigates in position, and we have the heavy cruisers in position as well. The heavy cruisers have taken some damage from their last fight, and the iron array frigates don't really have a whole lot of damage because of disqualification earlier in the tournament. So, without further ado, let's get into this battle. Does anyone have to say anything before this battle actually begins?
I like pizza.
I like chicken wings. I like killing stuff. That's about what I expected. Anyways, everyone, go to battle. Go kill each other for victory. Ashley, that's supposed to be my line. Oh, sorry, Captain. I got a little involved. Okay, well, anyways, they have their command. They are now initiating battle. Let's see which team will win. Iron Arrays seem to be focusing on this heavy cruiser, who has a little bit of damage, but not a whole lot. We do have, I think, one heavy cruiser that really didn't take any damage in that last fight. Most of the Iron Array frigates have not really taken a lot of damage, but they do not have a whole lot of health, so they will die quickly if the heavy cruisers decide to focus on them. The Iron Array frigates do a ton of DPS for a frigate class ship, so they might be able, they'll probably overwhelm, like they currently are, the heavy cruiser's armor with all of their concentrated fire, especially if they decide to concentrate on a single ship, which they are doing. That heavy cruiser is already destroyed. That is kind of scary. Ashley, are you doing okay there? Yeah, doing fine. Just lots of beams going by. This probably wasn't the best spot to have my ship located. Yeah, you're probably right. You'll be fine, Ashley. You've survived most of this tournament, and they haven't accidentally killed you, so I have faith. I have faith she'll be fine. We have a couple ion frigates. They're starting to lose a little bit of their stabilizers from the heavy kinetic turrets of the heavy cruisers, as they can push these ships around if they decide to focus on a single target. They have been upgraded to have the ability to push things around with their kinetic weapons. We have one over here that's just enjoying life. It's just spinning in circles, and you probably turned the stabilizers off and realized that spinning in circles is fun. I mean, it sounds like something the pirates would do. It looks like they lost one Iron Array frigate. This one over here is severely damaged. But for heavy cruisers, we have 3 heavy cruisers that are currently on fire. This one isn't super damaged yet. This one's mostly damaged.
this one is severely damaged. And we have this one down here that has started to show signs of damage too, so it's not looking too good for the heavy cruisers. Heavy cruisers are definitely on the losing streak right now. They have killed a couple ion array frigates, but not a whole lot. I'm always fascinated that these iron array frigates can do so much damage because of all the extra power they store in. Oop, that was a bad example. Of all this extra power they store in from their solar arrays attached to them. I think that's why we have not found a way to match these iron array frigates yet with our own ion technology. Maybe we should strap giant solar panels to our ships as well. Like, how would the heavy cruiser look like if there was like 4 solar arrays there and 4 solar arrays there, providing more power for the ion cannons? This sounds like a pretty good idea. Maybe it's a research project you can do in the future. Maybe. Who knows? We lost another heavy cruiser. We're down to 2 heavy cruisers. This one is severely damaged. It's about to die. This one down here is mostly damaged. It's just at the point where flames are starting to shine out, but he is going to die. There is 1 heavy cruiser left, and it's going to be probably overwhelmed by these ions. Are any of the iron array frigates taking any sort of damage? This one up here is flaming. But other than that, there's a couple of them that are showing signs of damage, but not a whole lot. Sorry, heavy cruiser. Sorry I have to put you through this torture. I will contact your family and let them know that I'll cover their lunch on Tuesday. Hope that helps. The victory goes to the ion array frigates. Yeah! Hooray! All hail the conquering young heroes! Is that a reference? It probably is! Tyrannic Raiders, you're so weird. Anyways, yeah, so the Tyrannic Raiders have won, and now we need to bring out the repair crew to see how much of them we can repair within 3 minutes, and get ready for the finale. The ion cannon frigates versus ion array frigates. Who will be the superior ion beam ship? Let's find out. Alright, repair crew are in position. They are now on their way to start repairing the ion array frigates. They got 3 minutes to repair as much as possible. They are focusing on a ship that probably didn't really take any damage, but I've learned to just let the repair crews do what they want to do instead of, you know, having them prioritize this ship to repair, or like, I don't know, this one that has flames throwing everywhere. This is just what they do now. I think I've kind of, I might replace them with support frigates in the future. I don't know. Maybe the support frigates would be a little bit more obeyable, but again, we'll just let them be.
Captain, are you alright?
No, I'm internally monologuing and honestly regretting doing this this tournament.
Why? This tournament's been really fun and really interesting.
Yeah, I just realized how incompetent my crew is. Did they just get done repairing this just to repair it again? I swear, I think these guys are doing this to spite me. Like, I think this is how people tell you that they need a raise. They just do everything that they're not supposed to do. Okay, our 3 minutes are now up. They did end up getting a good majority of the iron array frigates repaired, especially the ones that took very little damage. They still haven't touched the ones that are like severely damaged, but like I said, they have free will. I let them do what they want and then regret all of their decisions. Anyways, let's get into the final battle. Ashley is currently on her way to getting in position so that we can get good coverage of it. And then we'll see what happens. We'll see which team, iron array frigates or ion frigates, will be the victor.
Alrighty, it has come to this. We have Kushan ion frigates over here. We have Tyrannic ion array frigates over here. Who will be the superior frigate and who will be the superior ion? Let us find out. Good job, Ashley. You're getting pretty good at that commentary. Ion frigates do have a small disadvantage right now because the majority of their ships are on fire. It is still kind of surprising how well they have done. And Tyrannic Raiders still have a good majority of their ships. Pretty much good to go. But let's see what happens. Ships are killing each other. Oh, there goes an ion. That one already died. Now they're concentrating on this one down here. Oh my god. That one's dead. Ion array frigates love their concentration tactics. Ion cannon frigates are doing the same thing though. Ashley is feeling the heat of all of the beams being flown around, which is throwing her all over the place. There goes one ion array frigate. Well, these ions are trying to get up and get close and personal so they can use their beams to the best advantage points they can. Ions are focusing on like a single ion array frigate. You really do a lot of damage to them. Their ion arrays are still splitting their damage up a little bit, but they are still doing heavily concentrated fire. They are focusing on some of the ships that have not taken any damage yet, which means that there's going to probably be a cascading effect near the end of this fight where all of the weaker ion cannons are going to die. But so far, ion arrays look like they definitely have this fight. They are taking a good amount of damage from the ion cannons, but the ion cannons are not killing the arrays fast enough, and they are dying. Still, a very fun beam-filled battle. Not beam field. Let's fight all the beam fields. Go to the beam field and fight ion beams. Captain, are you alright? No, I'm slowly going insane. I think this is actually normal. This is like... It's like when you stay up for 20 hours and you realize you're slowly going insane because of the lack of sleep. That's how I feel right now.
Okay. Is that normal?
Yeah, it's just from all the research. Anyways, yeah, we're still losing ion cannons. Iron arrays are still doing pretty good. We do have... This one's on fire, but that's just because he started out on fire. He never got repaired by the incompetent repair crew I have.
Captain, you're scaring me.
It's fine. It's fine. I wanted this tournament to be really good, and...
Oh, the tournament has been going good. There's been a lot of really cool battles and a lot of cool sass going on when we had the communication ray on.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. You are right about that. I guess it is only the first tournament. We'll work out all the kinks in the next tournament. Yeah. I think that's what we're gonna do. I think that's a good plan. But the iron arrays are slowly picking off the ion cannon frigates pretty quickly. I think the only ones that are left are the ones that are severely damaged that were in the back. It was smart of the ion cannons to keep those ones in the back, but it didn't really seem to help them that much. Are there any iron array frigates that are showing any signs of severe damage except for the one that didn't get repaired? Not really. They're looking pretty good. Oh, never mind. I say that and one starts showing up on fire. I think that's typically how it happens. Someone just plugged the microwave into the wrong circuit and turned it on, and now there's fire problems on the ship. Been there. Done that. Only a handful of iron frigates left. This definitely looks like the iron array frigates will be victorious in this tournament. Learn to not underestimate ion array frigates. They are more powerful than some people might think. All 4 of the remaining ion cannon frigates are on fire, so this should be a momentarily victory for the iron array frigates. So many beams. There goes that one. Now they're splitting their firepower between all 3 of the ions. There goes that one down there. This one should probably die momentarily. Alrighty, and we got one left. Sorry, Iron Can frigates. I'll get in contact with your family and let them know that that they have free meals on Tuesday.
Wait, I thought it was only free lunches.
Yeah, you're right. It's free lunches. But anyways, victory to the victory of this tournament is the Iron Array frigates. Yeah! Hooray! I love pizza! Yeah, that's about what I expected from these guys. These good old Iron Array frigates. Anyways, that means that these remaining Iron Array frigates, which we have 13 that have survived the tournament, will be fully repaired, and then we will jump them to a nearby system to have them fight the championship ship. So, give us a little bit of time to get that going, and we'll get right into it. This is what I have been waiting for all night, and I am super excited to do some research against a ship that we have been prototyping. It's gonna be interesting.
Greetings, everyone. We are at the garden where Soban has been prototyping some new weapons and armor for upcoming ships. Let's check out the championship that the Iron Arrays are going to be fighting. Take it away, Captain.
Thanks, Brian. Okay, so as you can see here, we have a Titan destroyer. It looks normal, but we have adjusted its hull to have super alloy plating built into it using some sort of titanium super alloy. So because of this destroyer now has twice the armor it used to have. So it has more armor than a heavy cruiser.
Whoa! How did you guys do that?
It's research. Classified. Can't really tell you. But also, we have found a way to implement plasma bursts into the ion beams, which allows the ions to do more damage. We've also implemented the kinetic weapons with heavier metallic pieces that keep it from being too heavy to shoot, but provide more impact than the traditional kinetic weapons. So in return, this ship also has 3 times the firepower, bringing it up to 1,075 DPS compared to 425.
Whoa! That's insane!
I know, it's amazing. So this is the championship ship that the Iron Arrays are going to go after. I'm curious to see how much damage it can do, or if the Iron Arrays can actually take it out in time. Now, do keep in mind this is also a prototype, so there's a chance that all these calculations I just gave you will actually not help it at all. Anyways, with that out of the way.
So what are you naming this ship? Is it the Elite Destroyer that the Titan Empire usually have on?
No, not quite. Also, we're not allowed to use that name because the Elite is copyrighted by the Titan Empire. So this is a Super Destroyer. It's probably about as powerful as the Elite Destroyers, but let's see what it does when the when it goes against the onslaught of the Iron Array frigates. Will it kill them quickly? Will it survive a really long time? Let's see how well the alloys, the super alloys, actually last against this onslaught of ion beams.
So how much health does this thing actually have now?
It has 450,000 health, which is a little bit more than a heavy cruiser, which is at 350,000.
Whoa, holy crap.
So far, it looks like it is surviving the onslaught. Is it actually killing any of the Iron Array frigates? So far our data says no. It's not doing enough DPS to really kill the Iron Array frigates. I think it's spreading its damage too far. And as you can see, all of these ion beams really aren't doing a whole lot of damage to this destroyer.
It is surviving a really, really long time against this much firepower. Hopefully, if we can find a cheaper way to make these prototypes, we might be able to add them into the Kushan Navy to help against the against whatever we need to fight to help expand the Navy. But it looks like after maybe, I would say 30 seconds of constant ion beams, we are just now starting to see signs of damage to the new alloys. So it is definitely lasting a long time. And the extra damage is slowly killing some of the ion array frigates. I cannot talk right now because my brain is thinking about beams way too much. I don't think it's actually killed any of the iron array frigates, but some of them are severely damaged. It is doing quite a bit of damage. But it looks like we're starting to get some hull breaches. There's some flames and whatnot popping out now. Again, still lasting a really long time, surprisingly, against this much firepower. But the iron array frigates will definitely be victorious in this champion battle. Maybe next time I might convince Karen if we can use a few more or more than one championship ship. But we'll have to see about that. All depends on what kind of negotiations we can go with. Also, what kind of sorcery is this? Iron arrays? You're truly magical. Oh, we're getting hull breaches across all decks. Hull integrity is slowly failing. I don't think we've actually killed any of the ships yet. But we have definitely damaged quite a few of them. And the super destroyer has been destroyed thanks to the iron array frigates. Did we actually kill any of them? No. No, the destroyer got close to killing a handful of them, but did not actually kill any of them. Wow. Iron array frigates, you are truly powerful. But congratulations, iron array frigates. You are the champion of this tournament. Yay! Wow! I'm on fire! Yeah! Yay. Yeah, yep. That's how they communicate, I guess. And that's gonna do it for the very first Homeworld Wars Tournament. So Brian, Ashley, how did you enjoy this?
It was pretty good. It was nice seeing all the ships kill each other.
Like, oh my gosh, it was so much fun being out in the middle of the combat and watching everything kill each other.
Well, I mean, that is kind of the point of... That's kind of the point of these fights, but did you guys learn anything from this?
Nope.
Nope. Oh boy. I definitely need better... I need better employees. Anyways, this is Captain Soban, and I hope you guys enjoyed this tournament. This was a lot of fun. It was fun watching all these ships kill each other and watching them go through the ranks and seeing if any of the things would actually, do the thing they're supposed to. But
So when's the next tournament?
I have no idea. This was a lot of resources that Karen allowed me to just waste in order to do research. So I need to convince her that I need to do more research, but it's gonna take some sucking up because I don't think she quite approves of me killing like thousands of people just for some research. So I need to figure out a way to convince her about that. But yeah, anyways, guys, I hope you enjoy this. Please leave a like if you did. If you like what I do, consider subscribing, and I'll check you guys out in the next video. Until then, this is Captain Soban signing out.
The Faker have arrived. Emergency hyperspace procedures initiated. The mothership must survive.